there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have issue 82 to finish out the month of Hachette's Build the Dizzy Doll's House. Now in this one we're doing, I'd say our final pieces, but not really, of Peter Pan's room. So we've got two walls. We're going to have the wall that will eventually be the adjoining wall with Donald's playroom. Donald's playroom? Yes, Donald's playroom. And then we have our first... I say first. Yeah, no, it is the first. It's the first part of what will eventually be the roof of the house, but it's papered. So it'll be the back wall of Peter Pan's room. Now, there is still one wall missing. So we've got another piece of wall that's going to go in. That's not going to be here till next month. But we're pretty much done. So the first one of next month, we're pretty much done with Peter Pan's room. And then we're moving on. And these last two rooms fly up after that. You do have to trim the wallpaper of Peter Pan's room. Just take your time. Seriously, there is no rush, man. There really isn't. Just go nice and slowly and follow the perforated line and you'll be fine, because you get one shot at that. And if you get it wrong, cut it too wide. If you cut it too wide, you're all right, because you can always take a little bit more off. If you cut it too small, you can't add a little bit more on. So if anything, cut it a little wide, and then you can trim as you need to, you know. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. But let's get this open and have a look at our pretty pieces, because we've got some nice little pieces that come with this one as well. Let's take a look at that and let's get this one built. Wowee! That thing is gorgeous. Here is the Donald Duck jukebox, and look at that, man. That is absolutely lovely. Now, I really, 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 really wish this lit up, but it doesn't. So it doesn't light up. However, this is hollow, and I can see a join along here. It goes all the way along here, and I reckon I can make that light up. I think I can get an LED in there, a touch switch, and I reckon I can light this up. Now, I'm not going to do that yet. Once I've built the house, as I said, I'm building everything as it should be. Once I've built the house, at the end, if I decide to light this up, I will show you exactly how I did it. But I think a jukebox lit up at the back there, I really want that. So expect that in the future. Let's get building. Okay, so we'll work on this section now. Now, this is quite simple. All we're going to do is this fits very flush. This is the easiest piece of wallpaper you're ever going to install, because this is foolproof. Now I've said that, you watch me get it wrong.
That would be so funny.
It would be funny. Right.
I'd laugh really hard.
I'm sure you would. Right, okay, so that one is there like so. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to smooth that one down and move on to the next one. This one here, and what we're going to do is same again. So peel back, we're going to line this one up with the edge and the skirting board. There we go, and then once we're on, we're going to peel, smooth as we go. There we are, and we'll just trim this one off. Okay, so we'll take our two pieces, we're going to take these two slots here, I'm going to push those down together, so that's it. I'm going to flip this one over. Now we are going to put glue all along this section here, all along here, and we'll attach this to the house. Okay, it's taken our piece we just made, we're going to slot this into the holes like so. Hopefully this all lines up. There we go. That one's snug, but it will go. Ooh, snug. There we go. That is really snug, but that's good. Snug's good. So that is our wainscoting complete for that one. Let's move on. We've got two final walls to build, and then we're done. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paper this wall. Now this is quite simple, so I'm going to get it the right way around. So we want this section here with the jags to the left. That's where we need to be. We'll put our wallpaper on the large white section here, again to the left, and we are going to install this paper right up to the edge here. So that will tell you exactly where you need to go. Using our guidelines at the bottom here. Now this is a massive piece, so this should be relatively simple, I would hope. But we're going to have a lot of trimming to do. So we're going to peel back just a little to get us going. There we go. And we're going to line this one up. We're going to go the other way. I think we're going to go the other way because that's going to be a bloody nightmare doing it like that.
So many bright colours.
Okay. Okay, so let's start on this side instead. Okay.
Carefully lines it up.
Mm-hmm.
He did it.
And we are just going to go.
That is actually pretty smart. Damn, it's hot in here, isn't it?
It is warm in here today. Okay, so that's that one in place. Now we've just got to trim this off. Okay, so let's trim. So we're going to take this door section out first. Like so. There we go. Hold on to these pieces because if you need to repair any wallpaper, as I said, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Yeah.
Like I have 78 Pokeballs in Pokemon Go and you always tell me it's better to need it than not have it.
Yeah, that's not quite the same thing, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It's sort of.
Let's trim that little piece out there. And then the reverse of this will be Donald's wall eventually.
Donald Duck.
What was that? Was that Donald Duck? Wow.
It was bad.
That was pretty bad.
It was pretty nice.
It's pretty terrible. Let's go all the way around. Take that out there. And what we're going to do is to make this a little easier, to trim these out.
So, who has pink and white wallpaper then?
Peter Pan. This is not actually Peter Pan's room. We keep referring to it as Peter Pan's playroom, but it's actually the Darling's playroom. It's Wendy's room.
I was gonna say, if it was Peter Pan's room, wouldn't you do it green or red or something?
Little pirates and crocodiles and stuff, wouldn't it? I would imagine if it's Peter Pan's room. Right, it's going to take age to do this. I'll get this done. We'll take a look. So that's how we're looking. So that one's all trimmed up and lovely, looking great. We're not going to use that until next month, so we can put that to the side for now.
And they give it to you now?
Yeah. So this is the next piece that we're working on. Now, this has something unique, which you're going to have to get used to. I'm not delirious about it, but unfortunately, this is the way this is. So you can see there is a perforated line along here. We're going to have to cut that to get it to fit on here. So this, unfortunately, is a one-shot deal. I don't like anything that's a one-shot deal, but that is the way it is. So slow and steady is the way forwards here. This is not something we are going to rush because
I suck at cutting.
Yeah, it's not my it's not my vocation in life either.
I remember in primary school, I was like, someone was like, you need to cut neater. One of my teachers, and I was like, I can't cut neater because when I was cutting stuff out, there was like spikes everywhere on it. I was like, oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, Lord Saviour.
There we are. Okay, so this is going to fit on here like so. Now let's find, there must be a guideline here, so we'd think there'd be a guideline somewhere.
No guideline.
What the hell? There's got to be a guideline. Right, pause. Okay, so there is a guide. We're going literally up to the top. So we're going to fold back like so, and we are going right up to the top on this one.
For Wendy's room.
It is Wendy's room. They keep calling it Peter Pan's playroom, but like we said, it's not his. Just rock up and claim ownership of a room.
Look, Peter Pan, you can't just do that.
You can. It's not on.
It's not yours.
So we're going to measure against it before we go. Yep,
Does
we're
that look
happy.
right?
That looks right. And then we are just going to go.
Oh, it's so satisfying when you peel something.
There we go. So taking our microfiber cloth and smooth this one down.
Nice and smooth.
And we are happy. We're happy. Right. So that's how we are. So that's our panel done. And that is it. That's all. Let's have a chat. So that's 82 done, and that's us done for the month. I mean, as quickly as it comes, it's over, and now we have the waiting game starts again. But that's the way it is. The filming's a bit shaky and weird. We'll be going back to normal next time. I needed the kid to help me because, again, my tripod is bust at the moment. So I've got a tripod that I can lock anywhere and angle. It's broke at the moment, so I need a child to help me film it. Otherwise, it was never going to happen. So yeah, that's the way it is. The funs of doing these videos. When you get to a certain size on some of these models, you're like, how am I ever going to film this? And that's exactly what's going on with the doll size, because this thing is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's an interesting one. Look after your walls until next time. Again, it's a bit of a weird construction. Fortunately, the other rooms are not like Peter Pan's room. Peter Pan's room is a very odd construction because it is the only completely enclosed room. So there is no access panel. I toyed with the idea of seeing if I could make the front lift off, but you can't, not practically. So I've just accepted that it is what it is, you know. Be careful with your super glue, because super glue does leave almost like a gas mark. If it does, if you get any sort of white chalky residue, it will just come off. It will come off. Just a very, very lightly damp cloth. It'll buff straight off, so don't worry about that. But we are going to be using a lot more super glue over the next few, because Donald's back wall, rear wall is plastic. The interior walls are wooden, but most of Belle's tea room is plastic. It's a very unusual construction, but it is mainly plastic. We're also getting weird with the wallpapers. So it's an unusual one. Put it this way, in 2 months' time, top floor's built. So after we've done next month's, we're pretty much done. The month after that, we are. So the structure of the house is pretty much complete. I think with the exception of maybe the odd door or a light holder, the actual internal structure of the house is complete. We're done. And then we're moving to the outside. So that kind of, the decorative pieces, the board pieces you've been putting on, we'll be doing the entire house in that, except for the back, which is stickers. So stickers at the back, but definitely down the left and right hand sides, it is all of those panels. Lots of them are going to be going in. It's not stickers, it's panels, and loads of them. What's going to take a really long time is the roofing. So we are going to lay every single tile. Now, we don't get our first taste of that until, I want to say, October. But once we start, we're doing a lot of it, a hell of a lot of it. Now, it's not overly complicated, and we're not laying each individual tile. You get strips of the tiles. But trust me, even though it looks like a complete pain, it's going to look beautiful. Having those layered, rather than just have one, that's it, sticker, having those layered tiles will really make this thing pop. It'll give it texture. It'll make it look premium. Rather than it looking like a cheap toy, it'll look premium. It'll look like all of these tiles have been laid individually, because they have. And that's the difference. This thing's going to look beautiful. It really is. We're now getting an idea of just how gargantuan the doll's house is as well, because it is massive. We will be back very soon with more from Building the Boys. We'll be back next month for more Disney Doll's House, but we also have other things coming up on the channel. So we do have book nooks. If you're interested in the book nooks, go take a look at them. They're lovely. We got them over here. We got another one of those coming up. We also have the Batman tumbler, which is very in contrast to this one, but we have the tumbler. We have the Infinity Gauntlet, which is absolutely humongous at this point, and me and the kid are on that one, and we have quite a laugh building it. We also have Ecto 1 is coming to an end very soon, so we will have a finished Ecto 1 very soon. We have our weekly catch-up, swing by for those, because whenever we get news about Disney builds or anything like that, we mention them on there. But there's lots of stuff. There's something for everyone. You will find something. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. And I will see you very, very soon for the next 4 issues of Hachette's Build the Disney Doll's House. Until then, take care. See you very soon.